Hey guys, I've got a story that I found online. The more I read into it, the more it did not make sense to me. It could just be me, but your all's opinion will be really valued in this one, as I think that there's more to this than what's been said. But I'll go ahead and get into it. That way, you all can kind of see what I'm talking about. Maybe see my side. Sorry, allergies are terrible in Oklahoma right now, and I look forward to seeing your all's opinions. The name, and I hope I get it right, his first name is spelled Nante, which I believe is Nante. Last name is Niemi. I think it's Naimi, but I'm going to call him Nante. Hopefully that's right. The date this happened was May 6, 2023. Location, and another one is Porcupine Mountains Wilderness State Park. The moon on that day was a waning gibbous. Outcome: child located under suspicious circumstances. I added the suspicious circumstances. Nante was camping with family members when he disappeared at around 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time Saturday. About 49 and a half hours later, the MSP says search party volunteers found him approximately 2 miles from his campsite. He had braved the elements by taking shelter under a log where he was ultimately found. The 8-year-old told rescuers that he was careful not to drink water he found in the woods because he didn't want to become sick. He did eat some snow, and he also left some muddy tracks around to help rescuers find him. Sorry about that. Now, right there, guys, whenever they said that, that red flagged me, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. But that's what made me really dive into this. Is when I read that, I was like, something's wrong here, because they've already went against survival tactics, and y'all probably know the survivors out there, preppers. He was found approximately at 1:30 Central Time today by some local search and rescue personnel sheltering under a log, said MSP uh, First Lieutenant Jason Wickstrom. He had been circling that particular area yesterday and for part of last night. He was in an area that the rescue teams had already searched. However, because they're blaming Naomi for walking in a circle, they was unable to find him. Okay, that does not fit a rescue grid pattern. When you're searching for somebody, you have a line. The line moves forward. If he's walking in a circle, he's going to walk around and come into the line. To me, there's a lot of things in this, guys, that didn't make sense, but there's one even further that really doesn't make sense. On the way back, Naomi told them about what had gone on during his time alone. This included following blue marks on trees and spotting search helicopters. One night he was sleeping and he said a helicopter flew over him. This is nighttime. Remember this. And woke him up. Continued. And he said the next day when he was standing and walking around, a helicopter flew over him and he said, yeah, the guy was wearing a green helmet. Low temperatures have been in the mid to upper 40s over the past 2 days, while highs climbed into the mid to upper 50s. Temperatures started warming up into the mid to upper 60s Monday afternoon. A little over a quarter of an inch of rain had fell since Saturday. The winds were relatively light. Remember, he's surviving out in this. 8 years old. Troopers from the Michigan State Police Wakefield Post led the search with more than 150 search and rescue personnel from the MSP and local police partners, including 9 canines. They worked in a roughly 40 square mile area on foot with some of the air and over the water as weather conditions allowed. One of the officers even said he thought that it was unusual that they had so many dogs in the area, rescue dogs, that none of them got his scent, and that close to the tents where he was found, that they wouldn't have been that old. The MSP said a large group of family members was camping in the state park. Half of the family was fishing Saturday and half was collecting firewood. The 8-year-old boy asked to return to the nearby campsite. That's when they last seen. The family searched on their own and then reported the situation to law enforcement around 6 p.m. Eastern Time Saturday. Now, again, they done what we all talk about with our kids. Keep them with you. Know where they're at. They let him take off through the woods by himself last time they seen him. Dennis Martin, other kids, same exact scenario. They get out of your sight, they end up disappearing. Authorities are eventually able to locate the boy 2 days later underneath a log 2 miles from the campsite in good health, thanks to his survival skills. Okay, guys, these are my questions after I went through the story. It says, a number of you have asked how Nante survived in the woods. MSP tweeted on Monday. Lieutenant Wickstrom says the boy told them he covered up with branches and leaves and warmth and also blanketed the log he was under. To me, that's a lot of skill for an 8-year-old. Also a lot of work in the rain for an 8-year-old. He didn't have any food, but ate clean snow for hydration, the MSP continued and said it was a smart thing to do. It is not. Okay. Snow will cause hypothermia and dehydration. It takes the body too much energy to melt and hydrate with snow and would for sure cause hyperthermia in that situation. MSP went on to say the boy stayed put when he got lost instead of continuing to walk further into other areas of woods where it could have taken police and rescuers potentially even longer to find him. And then back in the story they said it's unable to find him because he would not sit still, was walking circles and continued to walk into the night. But these report writers ought to get an F. It's not like small contradictions. That's what irritates me. It's just like right out and out. It's like, I don't know. He walked on a trail Sunday, and when he ran out of the trail, he figured the best thing to do was just stop and wait. Now they're saying he stopped and waited. Offered to carry him out, but he told when I found him, the little boy wanted to walk out. They offered to carry him out. The boy did walk part of the way and was carried the rest of the way. The 8-year-old in this story that really bothered me is first they're saying he was walking, but then when he's found, they're talking about how smart he was, how he stayed in one location and everything. Another thing to me is for an 8-year-old to make that kind of decision in the dark, alone, lost in the woods, to stay put, to know you're going to be rescued, in my opinion, very unlikely. Most kids and all the rescues I've seen, they will walk and cry and try to find somebody. It's a really sad deal. One rescuer, Eli, told ABC News that when they found the young boy on Monday afternoon, he seemed perfectly fine, no hyperthermia, was not hungry, and was well nutritioned. Nante was just like walking around. He was talking, he was asking questions, the rescuer said. Nothing the boy said the boy wasn't even hungry. It made me wonder about the little boy that was took care of by the creature in the woods that time. It said he fed him berries and stuff, because this boy was dry, no hypothermia after eating snow, which is unheard of. The weather was raining, 40-degree temperatures, light wind. Everything was against him. He comes out dry, happy, warm, not hungry, not thirsty, and all these huge decisions that they're alleging that he done, which I don't think he done myself. But I wanted to throw that out there for you guys because I thought it was pretty interesting, and it seems like there was a lot of survival methods placed into this to make it kind of, I don't know, meet the criteria they were trying to get at, that there was nothing else involved. Maybe that this little boy is like a, I don't know, modern day Zachary Fowler, Greg Evans, because there's a lot of survival skill right here for an 8-year-old, especially in high stress situation where he's afraid. But I appreciate y'all watching, guys, and until the next one, don't be something's dinner, and we are going back to the river bottoms. That'll be a good one.